You know when you said it was like sort of high quality advert?
Yeah.
What I think you've got to be careful about, if you just go back a couple of frames, I mean I'm being extra picky here, but it makes, keep going back to the there.
Alright.
Okay, you see the spatula?
Okay.
It's covered in,
Yeah.
you would never get that, because I know that's the reality of it, but it wouldn't happen on an advert. They would use an absolutely crystal clean, unused spatula. You would never have it like that. And go forward a bit then, just a couple of frames. Nope. All this needs to go, and you know, I know what you're doing, but it just looks a bit too, it's too real.
Yeah.
What you've got to do is kind of fake it a little bit and make it look super sort of precise.
Yeah.
Those onions are kind of chopped really, coarsely.
Yeah.
Now that's okay, but I mean, go on, you'll see when it comes further in. Okay, hold on, go back. Again, see the bowl, the blue bowl?
Okay.
Right, it's got all stuff in it.
Yeah.
You should have used a brand new bowl.
Okay. Yeah.
And probably not a blue one, something a bit more stylish. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, go on, carry on. I know this is not what happens in real life, but you're not talking about real life. You're talking about an advert that's going to make it look right. Okay. Again, what's all that stuff in the background?
That's all like the background as you saw in the previous shots, just a silver cooking machine.
It's a shame it's not. That's okay.
And I think I could have focused it a bit more.
Yeah, and it's a bit too bright.
Yeah,
as well.
too bright exposure.
And again, into a frying pan, you know, it might be better into a bowl or something. People get the idea. I know you're frying it, and I know that's what, but it's not an instruction on how to do the thing, is it?
No,
it's just an advert.
Yeah, an advert.
Yeah. So you're creating a lifestyle rather than the reality of it. You're not kind of showing what you did.
No.
You are creating an impression of what you did. Okay, carry on. Stop. Again, you've got the pan and you've got a few bits in the background, and I can see it's your kitchen.
Yeah.
It may be you eliminate that. If you look at like an M&S ad, it would have maybe a black background, completely black. Yeah. And you would be shaking that, and there would be sort of, you know, either
slow motion.
Yeah, it would be something a bit more. What's the word? Stylized.
Okay.
Okay. Whereas yours is more reality.
Yeah.
The music goes really well with it, by the way.
Okay, thanks.
Keep going. Right, okay, now you put the cheese on there, which is fine, but later on when you see the cheese, it's kind of like completely melted and gone all the way round the thing, and it looks kind of a little bit...
over the top.
Yeah, to be honest, to be cruel, it's a bit ugly.
Oh, okay.
As a kind of, you have to think, would I want to eat that? That's fine, because it's untouched there.
Okay.
Okay, carry on. That's good. That's all right by the background. Now there. Yeah. See what's happened? Yeah. It should never look like that. I know that's what the reality is, but it's dripping off. It's going into the. There's quite a lot of fat on the thing. Yeah. That's what. If you're promoting a healthy lifestyle, then maybe you should tone that down a bit. Yeah. Okay. That's all. I mean, these are really minute, picky things. Now, I'm not. It's not something that other people wouldn't have done. It's just that if you want to improve it, this is the way to go, I think. Okay. Okay, well, the bread, what did you cut the bread with?
I actually cut it with a knife, but these were like,
And it's not toasted, if you see.
Nah, it's not toasted, it's just a bit.
Yeah. And the background, you've got a load of cups. And a window. Yeah. Again, I would take some lights and maybe have a black background, go in close and have the toast coming up. Slow motion, perhaps, I don't know, whatever you want to do with it, but something a bit more stylised. It needs to look like, I really like the look of that bread, I want to eat it. Okay. Whereas yours kind of looks like it's been roughly cut and it's not fully toasted. Yeah. And is your toaster working properly? Because is it both, can you go back, just let me see what happens. Yeah. They both come up?
No, it's just one.
Why is that?
One was stuck on like
okay. So it's only one popping up, so I mean that you could get away with it, but you'd be better if they both popped up, or at least what I would do is if the toaster doesn't work, don't worry about it. Okay. maybe toast the bread first, make it absolutely perfect. Toast about 5 or 6 slices so that you've got 2 that are perfect.
Yeah.
No burns, no kind of oddly cut pieces. Okay. Then put them in, hold the thing down, then just shoot. When you touch the, when you can eject the toast, do that, eject it several times and shoot it. And whichever's the best looking one, use that.
Okay.
So the difference in what you're doing is you're photographing a reality. Food photography is invariably about creating, again, it's suspension of disbelief. You're not really doing it, you are pretending. Okay. So don't worry about, but it didn't look like that when it came out, or my toaster doesn't work, or make it work, make the toast look like it's beautifully toasted. Even use a blowtorch and just crisp up the toast a bit with it. Yeah.
All right.
And make sure it's cut nicely.
All right.
That's nice and close as well. Go back. That's lovely.
Yeah, that was all of them.
Again, quite chunky though.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Well,
that was a bit zoomed in when I edited.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. There's a bit of a shadow over the back of it. Maybe if it was lit a little bit as well, like a raking light across, it would look really kind of highlighted. Oh, shouldn't you have a cutting board?
Yeah, I had one.
And also, what's that? There's a couple of blobs there.
That's like a cut on my counter.
On your counter?
Yeah, it's like a little cut.
So use a, something really stylish cutting board.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why the tomato is in there. Is that just a
that was before. That was before.
Okay.
I was put on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of things, you need to... What's in the background? Is that the toast?
That's the plate with the toast.
Toast on it, right, okay.
Cheese.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's kind of, there's no... Although you're cutting the thing in half, why are you cutting it there? Is this going to be added after?
Yeah, this is going to be in the burger.
Okay.
So this is everything before.
Okay. Dunk.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because I filmed it in 60 FPS, so I was gonna edit in slow motion the way it drops,
right.
Like that.
Whereas what it looks like is you've gone and lobbed it at the bread, and the bread doesn't look toasted, and it's got nothing else on the plate apart from a lot of crumbs. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm being super picky, but that's the difference between what you've done and what you could do.
Yeah.
So and that cheese is kind of a bit of a nightmare now. It looks like it's been on there quite a while. Probably had.
Yeah. Because I was retaking the shots.
Yeah. I'm sure. And did you only cook one burger?
Only one, yeah.
Yeah. So cook a couple and choose the one that looks best. You've got to kind of. You'd be lucky to get one right. Yeah. I mean, when they do this for real, they probably have a guy who's preparing all the food and making sure that they choose the one that looks the best. And they're never going to eat it. Did you eat that afterwards?
Yeah, it was nice.
See, this is the thing. Don't think about eating it. Think about making it look good. Whatever you have to do to it. If you have to put oil on top of it, or you've got to scorch it, or you've got to keep the cheese unmelted, even if you use kind of plastic that looks like cheese, that's what you do. And don't think about eating it, think about preparing it for photography.
Okay.
Yeah? Right. Go on then. Okay, well, what's that, ketchup?
Barbecue.
Okay. It looks a bit messy.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a bit...
Do you know, I mean, it's hanging off the bread.
Yeah.
The bread's kind of a little bit
misplaced.
How did you cut that bread?
In half like that.
With a blunt knife?
Yeah, no, it's sharp knife.
Sharp?
The teeth, yeah.
Because it kind of looks as if it's been, you've gone like that with it and opened it up.
Actually, bread.
Yeah, and the tomato and the one slice of onion on top. I mean, that may be, if you look at like burgers and what have you, they're usually layers with lettuce and other things stacked up beautifully, and they make it look as if there's quite a lot. What happened to the top of the bun as well?
That's going to be in the next shot.
Okay. That looks wilted. Is that coriander?
Yeah, coriander leaves. Yeah.
It just looks a bit. Look at the one you drop in. It looks a bit bare.
Yeah.
See what I mean? That looks a bit rough. That one.
Yeah.
Usually you would have that beautifully kind of picked out and tweaked and just have it. But you don't need to. Well, you can drop it, but make sure that when you drop them, or best to put some down and drop one or two.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can place them where you want them and then drop one, and people will think you dropped them all. Okay. See what I mean?
Yeah.
See, look at that.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, apart from it being unsharp?
I mean, that's, bit of focus and the background.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, that's what.
Those are the 2 points I would kind of make. And if you think about that stacked burger with beautiful layers, each of them clearly defined what they are. Here's the burger line, here's the cheese, here's the tomato, here's the onion, and here's the top of the bun. That just looks like it's been thrown from a long way at the plate.
Yeah, because it like swings around and it's like that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Again, it's not sharp, but it's good. I mean, it's a good start, but you can see that you need kind of, I think, a lot more care.
Yeah.
And get rid of this idea of I'm making it now, and people are gonna, whatever it turns out like, that's what they're gonna see. You're gonna make all the stuff if you can in advance.
Yeah.
Fake it all up, and then you're going to produce an ad that has the best looking bits of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got the basis of it, so you could use this as a kind of guide.
Cut. Yeah.
Let's go back. Let's play it again from the beginning. And no titles or anything?
No, I'm just going to do that.
You're doing that now?
Yeah.
What's it going to say? Is it just a bit at the end?
Yeah, it's going to have a slogan. It's going to be summer specials for a little less.
Okay,
And there's going to be like a little logo, and that's the end.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a good start, but I think you kind of need a little bit of work on it.
Yeah.
You didn't light it either, did you?
Yeah, I did light it, but like in some different shots, there were like different points of lighting, so like low angles, high angles.
Okay.
So that's why they look kind of different. Even this.
Yeah, see that? I mean, it's crying out for lighting. Yeah. To make the food, and it's. I don't mind it being slightly blurred at the front. That's okay because it looks like you focused on a certain part of the pasta, but it definitely needs lighting. Okay. Definitely.
All right, cool.
And you know the coriander's not lit really. So and unpick it. Don't have it as kind of just drop. Unpick it so it's beautiful. You can actually see that kind of looks like wilted. You know what wilted is? Where it's kind of like you've had it in a frying pan and it's gone all soggy. Yeah. It looks a bit like that.
Okay.
It sounds like I'm being really negative, but I don't mean to be.
Yeah,
I think
it's feedback.
It's really good.
Okay.
But those things will lift it to another level.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers. Thank you.
Okay. Cool.